Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Tales of Eldura, where we play some one-on-one D&D or a D&D duet. And this is an adaptation of Descent into Avernus. And so we'll actually be getting kind of back into the book some today. So that'll be exciting.
Oh my. But our stream is sponsored tonight by Beth's lovely book, Buried Heroes. Buried Heroes tells the story of a world of high fantasy, magic, and nature that teeters on the brink between light and darkness. Ancient forces awaken, and new heroes rise to the occasion. But this time, can they prevail? Find out in this exciting first-in-series novel packed with druids, pirates, werewolves, and more. You can purchase Buried Heroes wherever books are sold or directly from Beth at bethballbooks.com. And we just got new stuff, didn't we, honey?
We did. Sorry, I accidentally bonked him on the head when I was trying to tell him he could get on the bed because he likes to ask for permission, and he jumped up into my hand. So we have the prequel novella for Buried Heroes in physical copies now. So you can get it in hardback starting on Tuesday, September 15th, or paperback, same time. And it's super pretty. So
check out all the things.
Oh, and you can if you go to bethballbooks.com/join, you can read the prequel novella for free.
Do you want to talk about how wonderful our Patreons are?
Yes. So our stream is also sponsored by our amazing patrons on patreon.com/Grove Guardian Press. And so our patrons sponsor an adventure every month and also allow us to do things like this stream and the blog. We've just added a new reward. Our blog is dndduet.com. If you're new, welcome. We just added a new reward. I knew I was doing something, which is a special location supplement in our Land of Vampires campaign that we've been working on over the last couple months, and we just released that a couple weeks ago, or a week and a bit ago, and it was really fun to put together, and we'll have more like that, and we're hoping that will give you guys some tools to create your own adventures or feel better about kind of running your PCs through side quests, because that personalization is so important for one-on-one campaigns. And so we're trying to create I want to say a healthy amount of information, although that word seems weird, but enough information that it's not overwhelming, but that you still have pieces to kind of pull from as you need, so that things can be personalized for your PC.
Yeah. Are we ready for my intro?
I think so. Also, I don't know if I said it, but patrons, thank you. I think I got too busy talking about our Patreon that I forgot to thank our amazing patrons. But you make what we do possible, and we really, really appreciate it.
Hard hands. Okay. When last we played... Wait, that's not how we start this. I'm Garreth Stosdak. Heretofore a mild-mannered blacksmith of the walled city in respite. I lived a middling existence for a long time, until I discovered that my son had been whisked away along with his entire city when the holy city of Beacon was pulled into the negative planes by the nefarious machinations of one Azriel. We set forth on a quest to delve into the city of Beacon in order to redeem my son. Along the way, I've been aided greatly by a witch named Tessina, a kind of scary interplanar agent, druid by the name of Rowan. No, not Rowan, Evelyn. Rowan is Evelyn's friend. and a flying cat named Princess Slobberchops. We made our way to the neutral region of Lee's Main, a solar punky forest city-state situation. And they discovered that some of the refugees from Beacon, the city that my son had been in, were manifesting strange infernal illnesses. Seeking a cure there before heading out to the Witchwood for the next leg of our journey, we had to deal with a nefarious warlord named Lucian. Through some interesting choices, perhaps rash, perhaps foolhardy, Garreth and the party redeemed a couple of Lucian's prisoners, but destroyed their chance at acquiring Lucian's information, or so we thought. Aided by a siren, and with the at least spiritual aid of Lucian's pet Foxen, we made a deal at a terrible cost to secure the information needed to cure the infernal illness. And we're dealing with the fallout of that now as we sit in the Golden Dragon.
The Lion.
Yes, the Golden Lion Inn. To wait to see if we have any word of the Siren or the Foxen, or if we're just bezouncing out of Idle Passage.
Okay, so, Garrett, you are in a tavern called the Golden Lion in Idle Passage. Is there anything you want to do while you're waiting?
I think while we're waiting, Garreth is just kind of reflecting on the deal that he made and trying to convince himself that it was the right call. That giving up Rowan in return for saving all of the refugees was not a choice that's going to send him directly to hell without passing go. But I think he's probably kind of quiet, kind of subdued, nursing his beer, and
okay.
I think that he's looking at the door, interested, especially at first, to see if anybody comes through. But I think as the night wears on, he's getting antsy and maybe even a little impatient, and getting ready to, you know how I get sometimes, and I'm like ready to go.
Time to go. Mm-hmm. So Tessina takes a sip of her. I want it to be like a warm peppermint, like martini, like peppermint chocolate martini, but like hot, but bubbly. They're marshmallows. Anyway, Garrett, are you okay?
Oh, I'm just anxious.
Well, did Lorelai say that she was going to meet you here?
No, but we made it clear that this is where we would be, and we decided to stay here in the off chance that she showed up, but I feel like the hour is getting on.
So should we go?
I don't know. What do you all think? Do you think that she would be here if she could?
Tessina kind of glances at Evelyn and then back at you and says, I do. I think that she really likes you, Garreth, but I guess especially since she was kind of let out with a supervisor, bodyguard, babysitter before, that she wants to be able to come on her own. And so even if she were here, we would have to be very suspicious. Wouldn't we?
Sure, dude. Maybe let's just go. I'll leave a note.
Are you sure? That's such a good idea. Do you need my sparkle pen?
I have my own.
Okay. Will you sign my name and Princess Slobberchops' name too?
Here, you sign the paper and I'll write the note.
Okay. So what do you write on your note?
I write, Lorelei, meeting you was an enchanting experience. See what I did there? And,
Nice.
may you find all the goodness that you desire.
Nice.
Yeah, and then just our party's name. We should really come up with a group name so that we don't have to write all of our names.
Okay, do you want to be the Slobberchops or the princesses? Slobberchopses or princesses or something else?
I was thinking about the Helldivers.
Oh, why are we diving?
Because, like we're into the negative planes. Yeah! Or
Maybe.
Or the defenders of the wall. But
What's wall?
like the wall around Respite, but kind of like but also like an existential wall, the barrier between what's okay and what's not okay.
Like tag.
Exactly.
The
Infernal Physicians.
Well, that looks. Wow. Well, at what point do we receive a heroic name for being so cool? Did we just wait? Do we already have one?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh. Well, I can just go ask some people here if we have a special name as far as they know.
Oh, these people haven't heard of us yet. That's why we need a name. It'll make branding easier.
That's true. Okay. Well, I think that we will think about it and come up with something awesome.
Good. Evelyn, do you think it's ready for us to go?
I do. Yeah. Do you want me to leave your note with the tavern owner?
I got it.
Okay.
Garreth didn't mean to cut off Tessina if she was going to add something.
No, you're fine.
So we deliver the note.
Okay, you leave the note with the tavern owner. What do you say to him?
I have a very beautiful and very potentially frightening acquaintance. You might know her, Lorelei.
Yes.
If she comes by and asks about us, will you give her this?
Of course. I'll put it with the others.
Right.
I'm just teasing. Have a good night.
Is he really teasing?
Roll an insight check.
Insight check. First roll of the night, a 7.
It's hard to tell.
I don't know what to think. And I'll just...
Out you go.
Infernal Physicians. Let's roll out.
Evelyn gets out to follow you. Tessina's just like petting Princess Slobberchops. She totally dismissed that as one of the name possibilities, but she sees you all going, and so she kind of grabs the tubby cat and hurries after you.
So we head out into the nighttime of Vital Passage, and we'll sally forth.
Okay, and so you guys have been up all day. Do you want to keep traveling all the way back to the Storied Glade?
That would take a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that we're going to... I mean, I think we'll camp along the way, but I don't think that we want to camp, like, right next to Idle Passage.
Okay.
So we'll proceed apace and find a spot that seems reasonable for a night's rest, and we'll kind of stop midway.
Okay, why don't you roll a survival check for me?
On it, survival. By the flame of the forge, I really hope that we find a place to camp. It sure is dark out here. I rolled a total of an 8.
Woo! Okay, so you find an okay place to camp. It's not great. It's pretty windy, so the wind's like whoo, against your tent. But so you don't sleep great, but things seem to be fine. Early the next morning, you hear some coughing and some like hesitant footsteps going past your camp, and Evelyn kind of elbows you awake.
Can we go investigate who it is? Sneakily?
Mm-hmm. Would you like to roll a stealth check?
Terrible at stealth. 17.
You said you wanted to sneakily get there. Okay, so you sneak unsuspecting behind who you gather to be a group of 3 refugees from Beacon. And they're trying to tiptoe through the forest. They seem kind of tired and they keep stepping on twigs. So it's not the quietest thing that's ever happened.
Hail, travelers.
Oh. Did you step out of a tree?
Oh, nothing quite that exciting. I see that you're going down the road towards Idle Passage.
Well, I guess we got lost a bit. That's not where we were trying to head. Is it this way?
I just came from where you're going, and I can tell you that you won't find anything there that is going to do you any good. Perhaps you could be persuaded to join us, as we are going to see friends who might be able to help you with that cough you have there.
What friends?
The kind of friends that can help you. Come along.
Roll a general charisma check.
Can I roll persuasion? Or do you just want straight charisma?
Mm-hmm. You can roll persuasion.
I rolled a 21.
Ooh. Well, you seem very capable, so, okay. They kind of trot after you. One of them keeps getting like a little bit too close right behind you, so you stop and they kind of crash into you a few times before they step back a bit. They don't want to get lost, you gather.
As we go, I'd love to find out kind of their story. What are they doing here? Who are they? Are you from Beacon? Did you know my son Patrick? You know?
Okay. So do you want to start with, are you from Beacon? Mm-hmm. They are. What would Garreth ask them next?
How did you make your way all the way here? You're far away from home, friend.
It was lucky. I think we caught one of the last barges out of the city. Well, if you want to call it a barge, it was more floating wood pieces that we managed to kind of get away from the city as it was sinking under, and well, the tide kind of brought us here. I think that, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just forgot the name of the Titan. I think the Titan of Light, Ilona. I think Ilona must have been watching out for us.
To be sure, has that nasty cough persisted since Beacon fell?
Yes. You know a lot about our cough, it seems. We've lost one friend to the illness already. They didn't make it far onto the shore. Too severely, too severely afflicted by the clouds. So,
My son was in Beacon when it fell.
oh, I'm so sorry.
He was serving with the Army of Light.
Brave boy, then.
Yes, he always did me proud. His name is Patrick.
Let me see if they know Patrick, honey. That's a nice name.
I
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh. We're coming from Idle Passage with what I hope to be a cure for your affliction.
Really?
And
How?
then we're going to proceed to Beacon and see what we can do.
The city is gone.
Well, it went somewhere.
A few ruined ships remain. Do you really think so?
I do. Hopefully that gives you hope that Alona has not completely turned her back. I have hope that our loved ones that were in Beacon are still in Beacon, just Beacon isn't where it should be.
Well, do you think it will be possible for it to go back?
I'm sure I have no idea.
Well, where are you taking us now?
We're going to see our friend at a place called the Storied Glade.
Oh, well, that sounds pleasant. I'm sorry we can't tell you more about your son. We saw several members of the Army of Light very active as our second son was, bolting across the sky and trying to save people, help them out of their homes. But I wish we could help you how you are helping us.
So, point of clarification, I think Garreth would know, but I'm not sure that I heard correctly. They were the ones bolting around trying to save people. It wasn't the second son that, zoop, and, was darting around saving people all of a sudden, right? Okay.
Right. So the second son was bolting, catching stuff on fire. Or just obliterating things. Because it turned black and started zapping stuff.
Cool. And Garreth would know this, but I don't remember the nature of the second sun. Is it a ball of magical light energy, or is it substantive? Is it marble that's been infused with light, or do I know?
You know that it's a ball of magical energy placed there by Ilona. And you know from lore that it's a sign of Ilona's blessing over the city. Roll a either history or arcana check and let me see if you know anything more about it.
We're going to go with history on this one. A 4.
Ball of magical fire.
Just weird godlight.
I think that Garreth is so I think part of him knows, but you're so focused on what's going on right around you that it's just not coming to you right now. Because there's some little so that question is important.
Cool.
Yeah.
I guess we'll be taking our little friends to the Storied Glade.
Okay. So the travel is just a little bit slower, although your new friends love Princess Slobber Shops. So they kind of chase her around some as she leads the way forward. And Evelyn, your true guide, guides you through the forest back to the storied glade. So as they like reunite, Rowan embraces Evelyn, and she's really relieved that you guys are okay. I'm so glad you've made it back. Did you find the cure you were searching for?
Yes, Rowan. Perhaps we can talk in private.
Oh, okay. Before we do, and she kind of bends down and waves, and Ruby comes tottering over to come see you.
No. I will scoop up Ruby and spin her around and check on her. Are you okay?
Yes, Garreth, I'm okay.
Where's your papa?
She takes your hand and leads you over, and her dad's, he looks worse than when you left, but not like a lot worse. He just like kind of picks up his head and nods to you and then kind of lays back down. He just seems really tired.
So I know that this thing doesn't respond to healing very well, but it doesn't hurt them, right? So I'm gonna...
It does not hurt.
Pump cure into him, just for some relief.
Okay. Roll your spell.
Okay, I'm gonna do a 2nd level cure wounds for 14 points of healing.
Okay, so he heals about 7.
Okay.
First deep breath I feel like I've taken in several days. Master Sozrak, you really are an angel for our family. And, well, for my little angel. Ruby's just kind of like bouncing underneath his hand. Garreth, let me show you something. And she like drags you off into the forest, and she's made like these little dolls from leaves. They're really cute, but she has this like whole little tea party set up in the forest. She's made very carefully. It looks really, really cool.
Cute. I think Garreth will... Yeah, I think Garreth is a tea party kind of guy, so he'll kind of
okay.
engage in tea party shenanigans with her.
Okay. So you and Ruby have the bestest time. Evelyn comes over, steals the cure out of your pocket, and goes back to kind of look it over with Rowan. And you see some people kind of like getting a large tub together, and like some of the people who you think live in the storied glade on a regular basis are kind of going off into the forest. You see others going to kind of coming out with armfuls of stores, and so they're going to start working on the concoction.
Wonderful. Yeah, so I think I play with Ruby a little bit, and when it seems like that is good, then I'll drop her back off with her dad and then catch up with Rowan to see if there's anything I can do to help with making the concoction.
Okay, yeah, so you drop Ruby back off with her dad. It's time for her nap. So she gives a big yawn and then kind of curls up with him in the hammock. So you go over to see Rowan. Great, you have some experience with healing, don't you?
Yes. I started rather small, but of late I've been doing more of it, so I'm not studied, but I seem to be able to intuit it a little bit.
Wonderful. We're having trouble with a few of these instructions. Tessina has been working on enchanting the coals for us to keep them at this precise temperature for whatever reason. But here, she shows you this one kind of meticulous part of the recipe. Roll a medicine check. But roll with advantage because Rowan's helping you.
Medicine check. Here we go. Ooh, 21.
Nice. So you figure out that they've been like dicing some of the ingredients too small, and so you kind of cut them into eighths or something instead, and help get that going. And a pleasant aroma starts to kind of drift um, off of the cauldron outside of the storied glade.
Awesome.
Wonderful. Well, I think that we'll have it from here. Come get me if you need anything. I believe that I owe the three of you a gift from all of us.
Listen, before you go doling out gifts, I really think that we need to talk about exactly the deal that was made.
Okay, well, we can talk about it while we do your tattoo. And she just like goes off down the hall.
I kind of give a sidelong look at Evelyn and Tessina and then follow like a man heading to the gallows.
Evelyn walks beside you. It's gonna be fine.
That almost makes it worse. So we go and follow Rowan.
Okay, you follow Rowan back to her room, and you see her kind of getting the inks together for your tattoos. Garreth, what color are you thinking?
Oh, the color is up to me.
Yeah, and well, there's some flexibility. I can at least do a color tint, depending on depending on what enchantment you want. Can you describe that to me?
Yes. Sorry, 1 second.
And I actually have the tattoos pulled up. If you want me to look at that. Which one were you getting?
I have it written down.
Okay.
Somewhere super handy.
Okay, well, let's not worry about it right now then. Instead, why don't you tell me and Rowan about what design you want? What do you want it to look like?
So I think that Garreth is going to go for it's going to go up his, I think it's going to be in his hammer holding arm.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's going to be I don't know, I think that it has like some Vulcan iconography.
Okay.
And I think lots of signs of like power and strength and some some divine geometry.
Cool. Okay. Roll a con saving throw.
Oh no. Okay. 8.
Okay. So it's not that it's painful per se, as you endure magical attacks all the time, but Rowan explains that different people's skin takes on the ink with more and less kind of willingness, and your body seems to be not so happy at her attempts at enchantment. So it takes a little bit longer. Some places she has to go back over, but it's almost like if you were to like dip a pen in an ink pen in a jar of water, it would just kind of disperse from there. So like she'll kind of put a point like on your arm and boop, and the design kind of spreads out from there. And so with her, so she's doing that with her left hand and kind of orienting things with the other and like curving lines where she wants them to be. So it's almost like people who do like the carving in sand with kind of the prick of the, but I think a lot more fine than that, but that's kind of what she's doing.
I think it's probably because Garreth feels super guilty about everything that's happening. I like to think too, like in my mind, Garreth is kind of like gray-green, And I think that the tattoo almost looks like metallic purple.
Cool. Okay. Garrett, your tattoo is so pretty. Is he okay? Garrett, while I work on this, what did you want to talk to me about?
You know that Lucian is a heinous individual.
Yes.
Well, we went in as planned and traded the cure for the infernal illness for your whereabouts on the southern beaches. And he said that...
Like we had discussed?
Indeed. And he said, as we were making the deal, that if you weren't there, that he would hold all the refugees of Beacon in the balance.
Mm. You don't think he was bluffing?
He doesn't strike me as a man that bluffs. We'd already progressed through much of the deal, but I was paying attention to the language, and he said that if he didn't see you there, then there'd be a big problem. And so I think that between the four of us and Princess Slobberchops, we can figure out a way for you to be there, but then to not be there, because you do not want to get in his clutches.
I understand that, but aren't the refugees still going to be held in the balance in that case?
Well, that would be outside of the scope of the deal.
Why?
He said to see you there. He didn't say, give me her trussed up like a hog-tied hog. He didn't say, give me her into my custody. He said he wanted to see you there. And so, unless you don't think that he's a man of his word, unless you think that he can't be trusted.
I don't think that I think he's a person who twists things around, probably. And so in some way meant what he said, but if he can find any wriggle room out from or around it, that he will.
I'm sorry, I caught the last part of that, but not the first part.
Oh, I'm sorry. So she said that she thinks he's someone who will manipulate language to make it kind of tweak what he wants it to mean, or like tweak his understanding and stretch it as far as he can, but that you all are basically doing the same thing.
It wasn't my bargain to make, but I had to say what I could to get the cure for Ruby. I hope you understand.
She kind of kneels down in front of you. Garreth, it's fine. We'll figure something out, and if we don't, then the cure will be ready in a few days, and the refugees will be able to move on from this calamity. I understand the manner in which many are bound into Lucian's service, and this is different than that. So we'll figure it out.
We've already brainstormed some ideas to get you out of this. I mean, have you even heard of the Hydra campuses? The hydrophone horses? The Hydroceroses.
Oh, how you got here?
Indeed.
Yes.
I definitely think that we could park a couple of those bad boys out in the tide a little bit, and you could just say, and then jump.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe the refugees would still be in danger, but Rowan, you're such a vibrant you're such a vibrant vivacious soul, and I just hate the idea of you being in Lucian's clutches.
Me too. We'll see. But you are set for now. Let this sit for about an hour, and then I can do any touch-up work it needs. There's a mirror right over there.
Oh.
What do you think of your tattoo, honey?
It's so metallic purple and so cool.
Is it pretty big? Is it full sleeve?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see. Yeah. Do you remember the rarity of it? I have the tattoo thing here. So
it's legendary.
You have a legendary tattoo?
2 limbs and the torso. That's what they picked, was the Blood Fury tattoo for him, and then was it the Blood Fury tattoo?
Okay. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was the Blood Fury tattoo for him, and then we talked about doing the Ghost Step tattoo for Tessina, maybe?
For Tessina. Mm-hmm.
It isn't. I mean, I didn't imagine it being a legend. We can tweak it.
We'll just play with the mechanics, and if it's too much, then we can turn it down a bit. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I think that the extra, if I score a critical hit, the target takes an extra 4d6 necrotic damage, and I gain a number of temporary hit points equal to the necrotic damage. That 4d6 is pretty serious. But
yeah.
We can mess with it.
Mm-hmm. I think that I'm going to take away that you gain necrotic damage. So you can deal it, but you won't gain it.
I can't heal a little bit?
We'll see.
Watch the stream where I plead.
We'll see. It seems like 46. It seems like a lot.
I think 46 is a lot. I think that maybe we could come to an agreement where, it was...
It's like a level... I was going to say healing word or cure wounds, but those are D4s and D8s, but still. That's a lot of potential healing.
Pretty cool.
You only got one arm, though, so... Okay, moving on. I think that Tessina is going to get a really pretty and really intricate tattoo that I think wraps around her forearm and fingers, maybe. So I think it spreads from one arm and then onto the hand of the other, and kind of stops mid forearm on the other side. And so she looks really cool, and Rowan helps her make a similar outfit or jewelry, almost Tressum jewelry, ribbons for Princess Slobber Chops, so they match. And for Evelyn, she does kind of Evelyn already has the one, so she adds a second sleeve.
Awesome. Which tattoo does Rowan get?
Evelyn,
yes.
I think she's gonna do the absorbing tattoo, where she can absorb fire damage.
That's a good one.
Because I originally thought her subclass had resistance to fire damage, and that's why I picked it for this campaign. Because I was like, this will be so good, and then it was like, oh, it's not actually going to do. I'm going to do a whole lot, except for people who are already in hell and don't want to be. That's okay. Okay, so you guys have your tattoos.
I think we'll say hello to Tiny.
Okay, yep. So Tiny, and I forgot Tiny's partner's name.
Me too.
Tiny and Tiny's partner they have different books now, but they are very happy dialoguing together. He's so cute. We're all tuckered out.
Had a big heckin' day.
Yeah. So that's going on with them. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're in the storied glade or in Lee's Mane?
I think that we're gonna are we gonna get to see them finish the potion and make sure the ruby's all good before we leave?
So it's 3 days to make the potion total. So do you want to wait?
I think if it was a day, then we would stick around, but I don't think that we can wait 3 days.
Because it'd basically be, two from the morning that you guys could leave, it'd be 2 more days. Garreth, do you want to wait? Or they could send us words, I'm sure. I know you want to go find Patrick.
I mean, what if we leave and something terrible happens here? And we weren't here to stop it. And this was all for naught.
But what kind of terrible thing would it be? And if it's so terrible, then can we stop it?
We are incredible warriors. I thought about another name.
Oh, what is it?
So you want to work in Princess Slobberchops. Obviously I do as well.
We don't have to work in Princess Slobberchops. We could be the Tessinas, we could be the Evelyns, we could be the Garreths, we could be the Patrick rescue crew.
While those are all really good ideas, I was thinking about I don't know, now I'm too embarrassed. It doesn't even make sense.
Tell me, what is it? I have to know.
Princess Slobberchops is a cat, right? Kind of. And so I was thinking about...
I trust them.
Right, I was thinking about playing with, the lion-hearted.
Okay, because we're very brave.
Because we're very brave, and we have a lion of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
That was...
Maybe.
I'm gonna keep working on it. It's not there yet.
Okay, we don't have any lions. Tressum-hearted? I think that you are lion-hearted. What if we were the fire hearts?
The fire... Okay. We're getting closer.
I think so. Warmer, even. Okay. I'm going to go find out how Rowan is planning to get us to the Witchwood.
Good. I'll come with you.
Okay. So as you and Tessina walk up, you see Rowan and Evelyn having a pretty serious conversation. Roll an insight check.
Insight. Here we go. Chka! 12.
They're having a pretty serious conversation. And you see Rowan hand Evelyn a small necklace or something on a little chain. And you see her kind of squeeze Evelyn's hand and bounce away. And Evelyn turns and sees you all and kind of walks up. You all about ready to go?
Yes, is everything all right?
Yes. Rowan was just going to get, our ride.
Oh gosh. Are we gonna have to ride across in hydro here scenes?
We're going to fly.
Ooh, okay.
She calls him Viridian's cousin, but I don't think that they're very much alike.
Well, Viridian has abundant personality, and I'm sure would make an excellent flying mount. What do you have in your hand there?
Oh, she kind of hesitates for a second and shows you a little locket that is shaped like a fox.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. It's, mine and Fern's. Rowan found it for me. I didn't realize that she still had it, and she found it while we were gone.
So this is something that you had. This is like an heirloom.
No. You've seen Fern when we were back in Respite. My fox.
Right.
There have been times with how Fern and I are connected that he's here all the time, and times when he comes when I need him. And this necklace helps us stay connected.
Oh.
It's the enchantment's not quite right, but Rowan's been working on it for me. I didn't realize, so maybe I'll be able to fix it.
Well, if there's anything I can do, I hope you'll let me know. I can mend things with magic, so.
Thank you. I don't think it will be quite that straightforward, but I'll let you know. You don't happen to have like a really tiny emerald, do you?
I don't, but I bet I could make a really tiny emerald. I am, an artisan of fine things.
You're not a jeweler, though.
I've dabbled.
Really?
A little bit.
Okay. We'll see. But if you want to go make your goodbye to Ruby, I think they'll be back shortly.
Right. Okay. So I go over and I find Ruby. And yeah.
Hi, Garreth.
Ruby, how's your dad? Is he feeling any better?
He feels better after you helped him. He's still sick. Ain't you a little?
Listen, my friend Rowan is gonna help you and make sure that you get the medicine you need, okay? It should be ready soon.
Okay. Where are you going to be?
Well, my friend Tessina. We're going to go to the Witchwood where her people are, and then they're going to help me get back to Beacon, where my son is. We have to go help him.
I thought Beacon fell.
Well, it did. But it's our understanding that it's still, in some fashion, intact. It's just not where it should be. And so we're going to go where it is, and we're going to see if we can help people there. Kind of like we did here.
You've been very helpful. Will I be able to go back to my house after that?
I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I don't know if any of it will work, but if I can put Beacon back where it's supposed to be, then I don't see why not.
Are you coming back here?
I think eventually, but it might be some time.
Like next week?
Maybe a little bit longer, but I don't know. We'll see. But you remember how you're going to get better. Step 1. Step 2, you're going to be very good for your dad. Mm-hmm. Step 3, you're going to you talked about going to engineering, aero engineering school, right?
To be an artificer?
With the airships and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That means you're going to have to pay attention, and you're going to have to be clever. And I think that's about all it takes to be an artificer.
Okay. I've never been one before.
Me neither, but from what I can see, that's what it takes, is to be clever and to be attentive.
Okay. I can do that.
I know you can. But,
She reaches up and... Oh, sorry. She shakes your hand.
When I'm able, Ruby, I'll check in on you, okay?
Okay. Promise?
I do.
Okay. You bring Tessina and her flying cat?
Yes, naturally. I think Princess Lubberchops owes you a tea party.
I think so too. I will make her a hat while she's gone.
She loves wearing hats. She does this really funny thing where she pretends like she doesn't like it, but she loves it.
She's so silly.
So I'll ruffle Ruby's hair, I'll go over, shake the dad's hand, remind him to, be good and strong and be there for Ruby, and then I'll dip.
Cool. So they're very sad to see you go. Tiny and Tiny's partner, they both wave bye to you. I'm sorry I forgot the gnome's name, but he is so he's helping a lot with the making of the medicine. You hear some roll a perception check actually.
I got a 10.
Okay. All around you, people are getting concerned as there's a boom, boom, boom sound from the air.
It's Lucian's Gloomstalker.
You think it might be Lucian's Gloomstalker, but it's actually, you look up and you see this giant bright green bird boom, 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 making its landing, kind of in the storied glade, or on the edge of the storied glade. You see Rowan kind of reach up and pat the side of its giant bird face.
That's going to attract a lot of attention. Let's go.
Okay, so you guys run over?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I had its name. I forgot it. Give me 1 second. It's driving me crazy. Is that bright green? You can name stuff after stones. Feldspar, Venturine. I'm so sorry. I don't want to name it Emerald when we have a ruby.
Feldspar is cool.
That is pretty cool. Okay, Feldspar. Friends, this is Feldspar, my phoenix.
Wow, it's she, he, it.
She.
It's huge and terrifying. Does it come with a saddle?
Kind of. Evelyn looks over at you. You just kind of hold on to the feathers and don't pull any out.
What happens if I pull it out accidentally? I'm kind of heavy.
Just don't yank any out.
You know, I've heard stories that Phoenix Down can bring people back from the dead.
Really?
That's the story.
What are you saying? Like, how did they get the down?
Oh, I think they would just find a phoenix and
I think that they might need to be brought back from the dead after they floop. So, and you hear Rowan kind of talking really quickly in Druidic to Feldspar, or Sylvan. I don't know. I think we'll go with Sylvan. I have something for the three of you. Garreth hands you a green bird-shaped whistle.
Oh, thank you. I'll blow it.
Wait. Feldspar narrows her eyes at you. And, like, chomps her bird beak. I don't know. There has to be a bird equivalent. And like a or something. Something dramatic happen.
We roll initiative. We fight Feldspar, the CR-23 Phoenix.
Idea. Well, so long as the enchantment still holds, I was going to say that after Feldspar takes you to the negative planes, this would allow you to summon her back once, if you needed to. So she could bring someone back here. She could revive someone, but I would ask that you not put her in mortal danger unless your own need is dire. And if you blow the whistle, she will come.
Is it a one-way trip for one person in such a scenario?
It doesn't have to be. I think I was only able to enchant the whistle for one.
So we can use the whistle one time. Gotcha. Okay, thank you. You've been
You're welcome.
Incredibly kind and generous, and I mean, look at my tattoo, and I hope that the refugees of Beacon and those suffering from the infernal illness will understand the great good that you're doing for them in a way that I don't even know what I'm saying. Just thank you.
You're welcome, Garrett. Thank you for getting the cure for them.
Well, I'm just glad that the both of us will be able to give Ruby a future. And I'll just nod over to Ruby, who I'm sure is watching the giant phoenix.
Yeah, she's pretty far away because Rowan couldn't land the phoenix right by the library. But yeah, she thinks the phoenix is really interesting. Me too. So Tessina goes over with you to figure out how to get up on the giant phoenix that kind of hunkers down.
If you need a boost, I've got
and
you.
You see almost like little... Okay, thanks. So she kind of scurries up. Princess Flowerchops flaps up. Princess Flowerchops, if you were to roll an insight check, you would see it like kind of thinks the bird is cool. It feels kind of intimidated to have such a large flying creature. So there's a little bit of indecision there. And Rowan kind of embraced for a long moment, and then Evelyn turns and scurries up the side of Feldspar.
Cool.
We'll send her back in a few days. Feldspar. She kind of pats her on the neck, and with a cry, ah! Feldspar bursts off of the ground, up into the sky.
Wait, I haven't gotten on yet.
You did too. I thought you got on after Tessina. They leave you behind. You are now alone in these main. Roll initiative. Sorry, so you're on Feldspar. How do you feel about heights?
Garreth does not like heights. Garreth is super freaked out. I think that he is as central to, central on the phoenix, like on its back, as possible. I think he's kind of burrowed in a little bit.
Behind you, with a cry of delight, you hear, "Garreth, look at me!" And you see Tessina like leaning sideways with her arms out.
Don't do that. That's very dangerous. Hey, we just got a new follower. Big Mike.
Thank
Greetings.
you so much.
We're flying through the air on a phoenix.
It's like a rock-sized phoenix, but a phoenix that's green.
Yeah, rocks are huge. Yeah, so Garreth is hunkered
It's
down.
a ginormous creature. I really debated between giving her a phoenix and a Simurg, like in Creature Codex, because I love the Simurgs. I think they're so cool. I think it looks kind of like this, but with like a bird face.
I get that.
I always want to give the Simurgs like front legs.
When Garreth is not crying into the phoenix down that he's grabbing and hiding his face in, he is warily scanning the sky for any kind of terrible thing that might interdict them, any airships or any dragons or anything. He's head on a swivel when he's not cowering in fear.
Okay. Evelyn turns over her shoulder. Don't worry, Feldspar is over the airships, so they won't even see us.
Garreth feels terrible about that.
You guys are really high. It's pretty cold, but
I can't breathe.
Feldspar, when there's like an airship, you guys are going super, super fast, but I feel like the airships kind of just like putter along. You guys are... It's really exciting.
Honey, you gotta play some Final Fantasy so that I can make all kinds of airship references in addition to Phoenix Down references.
I don't think I can play that game. Because you land in the Witchwood!
We made it to the Witchwood on a different continent.
So, yes. So, actually, do you care if I take us to the map for a second, just so we get an idea of where we all are?
I think that'd be a good idea.
So you guys are going. Felsbar is fast. You're mostly over water the whole time that you're going, and so he's kind of dipping and diving, or not dipping and diving, but yeah, nothing. I don't know. But there are airships going between Lee's Main and Respite. There aren't as many that go between Lee's Main and the Witchwood anyway. So your way is relatively clear. I'm really worried we're going to lose power from this rain. If that happens, we're so sorry. Oh, look, you drew a little map.
Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm. So, mostly it's the glittering ocean beneath you, but then a dark green forest begins to take shape at the base of a tall white and brown mountain range in the distance. And you see towering mountains and the wide forest of the Witchwood. Tessina squeals with happiness as soon as she notices what is in the distance.
Tessina, are you okay?
And she starts pointing things out to you. Do you see it?
Oh, the mountains?
Oh, my home. Right there. Do you see that tree? I think that's it.
Just to make sure, that was a squeal of excitement.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Good. Carry on.
Want to see me do my arm thing again? Because I can.
No, I'm good. Me and Princess Slobberchops are just going to hunker down and wait till this is over.
I keep wanting to toss her into the air to see how she likes flying up here, but I don't think she wants that to happen. She could. What if she turned into a feldspar?
A dead Tressum.
Don't say that. She pushes you in the back just a little bit.
Oh my God!
Don't say that. Up touching. We're almost there. And so Evelyn and Feldspar, you have to circle a little bit, and you do kind of some wider circles. And so Feldspar has to take you up pretty close to the mountain range, whereas Tessina's coven is actually closer to Respite. So it's still a ways to there, but that's not where she's been trying to take you this whole time. So she kind of helps Evelyn figure out where best to land and where there'll be a broad space. And so Feldspar is able to land by a lake and it's a pretty heavy landing. Not bad. I mean, Feldspar is okay, but I think that those of you who are struggling might find it a difficult landing. So yeah, boom, into the ground.
Are we still alive?
We're still alive. You look alive to me.
Good bird.
Slide off carefully.
What's the composition of the Witchwood? Are we in the woods, or are we you said that we're on the side of a lake, so we have a little bit of a clearing around us, and there's mountains in the distance?
Yes. So, you guys are actually pretty close to the mountains. There's a lake at the base of the mountains. I was going to have you walk a bit at Tessina's guidance to get to this map. I'm sorry I don't have a map of the Witchwood itself.
Tessina, we're not going to see your coven specifically?
We need to go see the matron.
The matron? What is this person like?
Well, I've heard she's pretty scary, but pretty cool. And so she will help us in to see the, sorry, we wrote it down. She is in charge of the Arcanum, and so she can get us there. If we need to, but she will be the one to know about the orb.
Good.
The orb.
Yes, the orb.
And the shield too, I bet.
Oh, you think she'll know about the shield?
She's very, very wise. If anyone knew everything, it would be her.
Well, that sounds like a person we should get to as quickly as possible.
and gritty. So we just need to get there.
Well, let's go.
Okay.
Tessina, is there anything in the Witchwood that we should be worried about?
Yes.
Anything in particular, or just be ready for anything?
I mean, lots of things there are lesson. If for some reason we accidentally rub anyone the wrong way, or do they think that we're invading, that's would not be good. In case for some reason enemy forces were, say, traveling down from, I'm sorry, just forgot the name of it. Traveling down from Reckoning, that would not be good.
From Brackle,
so there's
what?
some possibilities. From Reckoning.
Oh, from Reckoning, yes.
If they were going from like Reckoning to Scourge, sometimes they're like, let's go through the Witchwood.
Sure.
And the trees are like, no. They don't usually make it, but sometimes they do.
Tessina, perhaps you could tell the trees that we're not sketchy, even though we flew a giant bird into the midst.
Okay, good idea. I'll go talk to them. Mr. Tree, Mrs. Tree, other tree. She's just talking to, like, just telling the tree.
And did Feldspar already bounce?
Do you need anything else from the Phoenix?
Would Feldspar take this as a token of appreciation? And I think Garreth holds out like a little bit of... It would be like functionally nothing, you know, but like a human ration.
You could toss it up and see. I was going to tell her to go hunt while we find this matron and then have her meet us wherever and take us to the negative planes.
Oh, yes. Miss Feldspar, I'm going to leave this here. Just if you want it. Thank you for being wonderful. How do you say thank you in Sylvan, Tessina?
Evelyn teaches you how to say thank you in Sylvan.
Perfect. I say that. And then we head into the Witchwood.
Okay. Do you want to pause there?
Judging by the music and the scary background, yeah, I think this is about halfway through our night, so we can pause there and come back at 8:35. Okay, so we'll come back at 8:35 after a 15-minute break for some more Tales of Eldura. Welcome back for some more Tales of Eldura.
So, right before we left off, our characters found themselves in a deep pine forest full of tangling vines and dark undergrowth. And Garreth, you had asked, you had asked Tessina what to be worried about, and she had several things that would be of concern. Really fast, while we're looking at this map, so the trees are trees. So you would have partial cover behind them. However, the long vines, the squares where they are very dense undergrowth, and so those squares are difficult terrain. And same thing for if you wanted to pass, like if you wanted to walk through this tree, that would also be difficult terrain.
Okay.
/ I think almost impossible, but.
Oh, okay.
But I was hoping to convey like at least, some intrigue or interest in terms of the environment. And so Tessina is more than happy to lead you all through. She knows the Witchwood well. And you see her kind of withdrawing some some charms and a crystal from her pocket and kind of consulting those and rubbing it between her palms as she gets ready to lead you all forward. So you walk for, I think, about an hour away from the lake. Evelyn sent Feldspar on to go hunt something huge from the mountains and come back. Roll a perception check.
Perception, here we go. I rolled an 11.
Okay. So, you hear off to the side. Oops. Two crunching footprints that sound rather like metal boots.
Okay. Is Tessina leading? Does she hear this? Do we hunker down?
Would you like to roll a perception check for Tessina? I'll roll one for Evelyn.
Tessina rolled a 16.
Okay. Yeah, so same thing. You all three hear the boots.
Are they from the right?
I'm sorry, yeah. So they're in this, let's see. Oops, I hit the wrong button. They're to the northeast.
So I think that I'll just kind of gesture for everybody to get down and to, listen and watch.
Okay. In that case, and actually, while we're here, before we get started, would you go ahead and roll initiative for yourself and Tessina for me?
So you're saying this is not an ally?
Or I'm just trying to trick you? Are those your initiatives?
That was a 17 for Garreth. And I'm rolling it for Tessina. 21.
Nice.
I really like that it automatically puts it in there.
Me too. Except for I accidentally had you all in there earlier, so then I get a little confused about where you're supposed to be. Oops. Okay. In that case, so sorry. You all are hiding, are taking cover.
Yes. I think just kind of getting low and trying to identify where this sound is coming from.
Okay, would you like to roll a stealth check to see how successful you are at that?
Oh, I'm terrible at that, but here we go. I rolled a 9 for Garreth.
Okay.
An 8 for Tessina. Probably Slobberchop's fault. 7 for Evelyn.
Probably.
It just went down.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No good for anybody. Okay, so you guys are just like standing out in the open, waving your arms around. Eyes covered.
Be quiet. There's something weird in the woods.
So then in that case, let's see. Garreth, does a 14 hit your AC?
It does not. I turn it to the side with my armor of excellence.
What about a 15?
Pshaw. I say.
Okay. So 2 heavy crossbows, boom, out of the forest towards you. Okay. What would you like to do now?
So can I see who they are or like what they look like?
Roll another perception check. You heard the metallic footprints. You are assuming you're looking for knights.
Rolled a 7.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to make it easier for us. So, you need to look to the northeast. You can kind of see 2 shadowy figures through the trees, but sorry. They have positioned themselves relatively well where you guys are standing behind like a set of two trees. And one of them you're separated from by the clinging vines, and the other one you don't have a straight shot on because of the two trees. But you have a general idea of where they are.
Cool. Wait, are we in initiative?
Yes. So Tessina actually would go first, but I wasn't sure what you guys wanted to do. So
yeah.
Do you want to attack?
I think so. I mean, like, Tessina has an idea of like what's normal in these woods, or like if these are, secret friends, then she would say, hey, stop shooting at us. But I mean, I imagine they sound pretty bad, and so she's gonna attack.
Yeah, Tessina turns over her shoulder. These are intruders.
Time to whoop some butt.
Tessina, would you like to go first? Because you are first in the initiative order.
Yes, Tessina is going to... She's going to do something awesome. She's going to... let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
And she's gonna try to whip a dagger at Dum Dum over here.
Okay. Would you like to roll your attack?
Yes. So here it comes. Cha-cha! Wait. Cha-cha! 18 to hit.
18 hits.
For 5 points of piercing damage. She rolled well.
Ooh, good job, Tessina. Okay. The man kind of cries out as your dagger sinks in right near his armpit.
Cool.
Does Tessina want to use her bonus action?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Does Princess Slobberchops want to use her bonus action?
Princess Slobberchops would like to intimidate the intruders.
Okay.
With her furry
Roll
jowls.
An intimidation check with disadvantage.
It's probably like minus 10. I rolled 2 8s.
Okay. They're very frightened.
Naturally.
Okay, Garreth, it is your turn.
Garreth is going to say, this is supposed to have been a nice place. And he's going to take out his hammer and his shield. And if he moves this direction to the right, will he have a line of sight on this dude up here?
Yes.
Okay. So he'll step to the side.
You just
here.
have to maneuver
5,
a little
10,
bit more, but
15.
you will.
That might be 20, 30 since he's in the vines. He's going to put his eyes on this dude, and he's going to take his hammer, and he's going to stoke the flames and let them burn, and he's going to cast heat metal on dude.
Cool. Okay, the one that you can see?
Yes.
What is splint armor? I thought I knew what all the armors were, but splint is not familiar to me.
Splint, I think, has the chunks of metal like on leather, maybe, with like brads that go through.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Cool. So how does your spell work? What does he need to do?
So he needs to be able to see him. He's within 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the object, so he's gonna like target his helmet or like whatever substantial chunk of metal is on him. If it's pants or chest, even better.
Okay, yeah, helmet, shirt, like either of those or both is fine.
He says it says a suit of heavy or medium armor, so that sounds good. And so the object is going to glow red hot, and he's going to take 2d8 damage. Oh wait, I already did that. So that was the 2d8 is the 12 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then as long as I have it, I can use a bonus action to cause the damage again.
Did you roll to attack? Does he get a save or anything? That's what I was trying to ask. Does he save, or does it just happen?
If a creature, it just happens. And then if a creature is holding or wearing the object and takes the damage from it, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Okay. And then can you say the part, so he takes 12 points of fire damage.
Oh gosh. Sorry.
Can you say the part about his saving throw again, or is that just if he can remove it? He rolls a Constitution saving throw to see if he can remove it.
So he has to succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay, he failed his con save, so he has disadvantage.
Cool.
Okay. It is actually his turn next. I'm going to say he's going to spend his turn at least getting out of his helmet. And kind of throws it on the ground. But he's still in the shirt.
Cool.
Okay. Evelyn is going to go next. Okay. Evelyn is going to... I think seeing what you did, she's actually going to... We're going to use our subclass. Where's my little fox? Sorry, I've got like... Oh, there it goes. Bonus actions. We're going to call our wildfire spirit. And Fern is going to appear next to that guy. Oh, thank you. Oh, look, he's all on fire. That's so cute, honey. I'm going to make a copy of Princess Slobberchops for right now to be Fern. So Fern is over here, too. So Evelyn conjures him next to the guy. And so he takes an additional... Oh, wait, I might not have gotten her close enough. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to take so long. Oh, teleport to 30 feet. Okay, we're going to get where we can see things. 5, 10. I'm sorry. Evelyn's going to come up here by you. It's not good. Never mind. Okay. We're in an obnoxious place. I'm so sorry. Okay, I kept going?
Yeah. I think so.
Sorry, I lost track a little bit of where I had started. Okay, so this is like cheating a little, maybe. 1d6 plus 2. Okay, so dude takes 3 more points of fire damage as Fern flares to life beside him. And what you all don't see, well, never mind. Something else happens.
You're just gonna leave us there?
Okay, Garreth, roll a perception check. Let's see if you see what happens.
I would love to. Oh my gosh, my perception checks are such garbage.
Okay. Fern is on fire next to this guy. You see a little fiery fox.
Cool.
Okay. It is now the other guard's turn, or the other veteran's turn. So he's going to kind of clomp around 5, 2. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer, sorry. To here, towards Tessina and Princess Slobberchops. And then for his action, he rolled a nat 1. So, Garreth, you see this huge man appear from behind the trees, take aim at Tessina, but then he sees Princess Slobberchops, who goes, and he drops his heavy crossbow on the ground. I'm sorry.
That's just embarrassing.
I want my people to be cool. Okay. Sorry, so this person doesn't actually look red. They look normal. And so, Garreth, you see a ray of fire shoot out from this being towards Evelyn. Yeah. Except with her new tattoo fanciness, Evelyn is going to use her reaction to gain immunity.
What does that look like?
Actually, no, she's not, because she doesn't need the extra HP. Sorry, so Evelyn takes... You hear a shout as Evelyn takes 9 points of fire damage. So you see, like, this creature, this being kind of appear, hold out their hand, and this, like, line of fire shoots out and strikes Evelyn in the chest.
Do I get a look at what this new fire thrower looks like?
They look like a average man, almost as though their name was Cadras. And they shout, "Give us the shield, and we'll spare your friends."
Huh. How preposterous.
Roll one more perception check for me now that they're closer. And then we're giving up on all perception checks.
All the perception checks forever. 9.
Oh my gosh. Evelyn and Tessina see the iconography of Lucifer on these beings, and remember the warning and the weirdo person who said that they would come after the shield. You, however, are distracted because the shield in your hand goes.
Preposterous,
okay.
Right?
Tessina, it is your turn.
Okay, so Tessina is going to so she is going to cast... She's gonna look over at this dude who's like walking around and with a dropped crossbow, and then she's going to extend her hand, pointing instead to the two over there, the one that's on kind of fire and the one that's like throwing fire, and she's going to point at the... She's gonna make a weird finger motion towards the space in between them and cast Shatter.
cool. What does that do?
So a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from the point, and they need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Does Fern also need to make a Constitution saving throw?
She would put it just behind, if that's fair enough.
Okay. Oops, I clicked the wrong button.
She could put it there.
Okay, does a 25 save?
A 25 just barely saves.
What about a 21?
What the heck?
I'm so sorry. They rolled really well.
Okay, well, they each take 6 points of thunder damage anyway.
Ooh,
Bunch of
okay.
jerks. Unless either of them are made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal.
I'm sorry, there aren't any metallic people attacking you at the moment.
Well, we're learning something here, It's a valuable piece of intelligence.
That would have been pretty exciting.
Okay,
Garreth, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think, never mind. She's actually gonna... I think Tessina is going to... I think she's gonna move.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that she's actually gonna back up and take Slobber Chops with her.
Okay. How far back does she want to go? Does she want to keep going? Perfect. That's 30, I think.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Garreth, it is your turn.
Garreth is super annoyed. I can't believe they would try to take his cool shield. So Garreth is going to... okay, Garreth is going to... he's going to use his bonus action to burn the guy some more.
Okay.
So here's 2d8. Oh. How sad. 7 points of fire damage to dude in the armor.
Okay.
That's his bonus action. For his action, he is going to cast Toll the Dead. He's going to say, Vulcan, smite this fool! And so he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 6.
Fails.
Okay.
So he takes
Poor
an additional
guy.
6 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. So this man is just like howling.
I like to think that when Garreth does his Toll the Dead for Vulcan, the god of smithery and stuff, the armor itself kind of like constricts some more.
Yeah. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I like it. So he's going to be spending his turn trying to get out of his armor again, which we can't really blame him for. So he's going to be partially successful, but he keeps burning his hands. I'm sorry I ended up with you and Tessina right in a row. I tried to space it out better, and it just didn't go that way.
It's okay. Can I do a thing?
Also, I realized...
Oh, with Gareth's move?
Yeah. Sure.
Would he get cover if he moved behind this tree here?
You have partial cover. Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's what he's gonna do. Sorry.
You're fine. Evelyn is going to turn to this guy in front of her and cast actually we're gonna do something really cool, and we're gonna cast Flame Blade. That did not go well. So Evelyn closes with this guy, and she has a flaming sword in her hand, but she misses. But on her as her bonus action, where do my bonus actions go? Bonus actions. Fern is going to I'm sorry. I think Fern is just going to throw a little ball of fire at the this other person because that sounds awesome. So this is the one that I have to roll for. +4 to hit. So 16. Okay. So Fern's little ball of fire seems to miss. The other veteran is going to make 2 longsword attacks, both of which hit. We did not have a good plan. And deal 14 points of damage.
Garreth is going to call out, Tessina, I can't see Evelyn. Is she okay?
No, she is not.
Damn it.
So Garreth, see. Sorry, I want to make sure I do this person's turn well. I think they're gonna kind of run towards Garreth. This person sprouts wings.
No.
I guess you just go. And appears
Whoa.
hovering in the air above you. And their face turns red and starts to kind of twist.
Jesus.
He has a 60-foot fly speed, so he could have kept going. But I assumed with up that he would lose some of that.
Yeah. It's a flying thing!
Tessina, your turn. Sorry, so the guy on his turn stares down at you again and says, "Give us the shield and we'll spare your friends."
I don't think he's serious yet. I think Tessina is going to be awesome, and she's going to whip around and cast Mind Sliver at the thing in the air. She's going to say, "You're not a good guy." And the target must make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. 10.
Fails.
Okay.
So it takes 3 points of damage.
Cool.
And until the end of Tessina's next... Wait. Okay, so if it makes a saving throw before the end of Tessina's next turn, it has to subtract a d4.
Cool, okay.
So I'm gonna...
I love that mechanic.
I think it's cool. I'm just gonna put like a minus here so we remember.
Okay. I know that I can add the things, but I like the minus idea better.
Tessina...
Does Tessina want to move?
I think she is going to move. I feel nervous about this, but I think Evelyn needs some help. Could Tessina get there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she's going to move up here next to Evelyn and say, as she goes, "Don't touch my friends!"
Nice. Princess Cybertrops comes with you. Is that, sorry, is that Tessina's turn?
That's Tessina's turn.
Okay. Garreth, your turn.
Okay. Okay, we are going to do something awesome.
Ah, that bug found me.
Are you okay?
No.
So Garreth is going to use his bonus action to do the heat metal again.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh yay! 13 points of fire damage on Homie.
Woo. Okay, so you just hear terrible, terrible screams. As you might guess, this is not a good way to go.
Yeah, heat metal is so creepy and like bad. But awesome in this case. Because bad guys are the worst. Garreth is going to he's like, as he sees this like flying thing, he's gonna put his hammer in front of his shield, and he's gonna say, "Vulcan protects me from this shield and from you," and he's gonna cast Sanctuary on himself.
Ooh, what does that do?
So I'm going to... Oh, crap, I can't, because I use my bonus action to... Can I use an action to use a bonus action thing, or is that...
How about choose an action thing? I think the way that they're scaled, like it's one or the other. But why don't you pick an action?
So I can't cast Sanctuary.
You can't cast Sanctuary. You can do something else.
Okay. Okay, instead I'm going to... Let's see, I'm concentrating on heat metal, so I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon at this... that's going to be another bonus action.
That's a bonus action.
Jeez. I have so many good bonus action things. I guess I'll just do a Guiding Bolt at him.
Okay.
So a whopping 13 to hit.
You rolled a 13 to hit. I'm so sorry, that misses.
Lame. Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Nope. Would have done 19 points of radiant damage. It's kind of more disappointing
I'm so
to see.
Sorry. That would have been really cool. Especially, I think, to this particular creature. So this guy tries to get out of his armor on his turn, but can't. He's like missed one buckle under his armpits, and he like falls to the ground, screaming. Evelyn, for her turn, is going to try to make this spell that we thought would be a really cool idea that is not going so well awesome. So, wish us luck. Yes! So, Evelyn, kablam! With her 19 to hit, does 6 points of fire damage on this guy. And Fern is going to run. Let's see. Fern's going to start running over 5, 10. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Fern is going to make his attack but misses. And then the other guy takes a swipe at Fern but can't quite catch him. But it's the guy in front of Evelyn's turn. Again, I'm sorry that everybody got all mashed up. Oh, wait. And so he kind of lunges forward to grapple Evelyn. Who gets nabbed.
So Evelyn's grappled?
Yes. And so the one floating above you kind of leers down and says, "Last chance." Does it think you're going to yield?
No.
Okay. In that case, it is going to, it like whips a spear off of its back and jabs down at you twice. Where did this go? Oh, it did. I know a 10 doesn't hit. Does a 21?
A 21 does hit if I don't have any bonuses for being under the tree.
He's 10 feet straight in front of you. Sorry, It's the guy in front of you who's attacking you. So you don't have any cover between yourself and him.
Okay, so 21 does hit.
Okay, so you take 8 points of piercing damage and 6 points of fire damage.
14 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, Tessina?
Tessina is going to flank Dum Dum.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to... I guess she's going to stab him.
Okay.
Does she get to roll with advantage or no?
Yeah, I mean, Evelyn's not incapacitated, and I mean, she's struggling against him. I don't think you get to just like hold someone like, this is it. Plus the tressum is floating, flickering above his head.
So 4 points of piercing damage.
Because she rolled a 20, right, to hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, this wasn't with advantage though.
Oh, sorry.
So 20 to hit.
Okay.
And then she's going to use her offhand as well. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
With the offhand, I don't think I have to do that differently, don't I?
Yes. So she does not get to add anything to the roll. So like you don't get to add it's either that you don't get to add your proficiency bonus or that you don't get to add I think it's that you don't get to add, like, she can't add her dex bonus to the damage.
Right. So let's just do...
Because you don't lose proficiency, you just don't get to add the extra to the damage. So if you just want to like roll it and then we can just hover over the dice.
Yeah. So I think that's probably going to miss with the 9.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But he kind of dodges out of the way. Garreth, it is your turn.
Okay. Garreth is going to cast Sanctuary on himself.
Okay. What happens with this? What happens with this guy?
He just doesn't take the extra damage. I can do it again on my next bonus action. I'm still concentrating on it, but Sanctuary doesn't require concentration. So he gets a brief reprieve from being cooked alive in his own armor.
That's so nice of you.
I thought so. This guy hasn't been hurt yet, right?
So now if somebody tries to attack you, everyone's been hurt.
Everyone has been hurt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because she did the Mind Sliver.
Well, Evelyn got him with Fern.
Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. So I'll do Until the Dead. It's not my best, but it's what I got right now. On the bad guy flying. So he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Does he still have minuses to those?
I don't think so. I think it's been long enough to where he doesn't.
12.
So the save is 12. Does that mean he saves?
I'm so sorry.
Okay. And I think Garreth is going to... I feel like we don't super love being far away from all of our people.
Mm-hmm.
15, 20. So we're going to start sliding that way.
Okay.
And we're going to kind of loop to where he's not... We're not trying to provoke an attack of opportunity.
That makes sense. Okay. So this guy, on his turn, manages to finally get free of his flaming armor. So that's what he's been doing this whole time. Evelyn is going to do something cool. She's going to make her flame blade attack, which would be a disadvantage, but since Tessina is right there, it's not. Can you still attack somebody if you're grappled?
Yes, you just can't move.
Cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Evelyn misses. No more flame blades for her. I always forget. It never works out well.
I think grapple doesn't impose disadvantage, so I think that she'd actually have advantage on the attack.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, it probably won't matter. Oh, it totally mattered. I rolled a 23. So cool. Dude takes 14 points of fire damage.
There we go.
That was a nice turn of events. Fern, unfortunately, does not hit with his attack. So Evelyn is still grappled by Dude, whose turn is next. And so he kind of shouts to who you now recognize as a Cambion. What do you want me to do? And the, let's see. Uh-oh, honey. Can you attack somebody that you have grappled? Or do you have to try to re-grapple them?
I just had those rolls up. Here you go.
I'm sorry.
So I double checked on the grapple, so it does appear that you can attack. If you're grappled, you can still attack, you just can't move. If you have somebody grappled...
If you have somebody grappled, did we freeze?
No, I'm just reading.
Oh no! Oh, okay.
We're here.
Sorry. I thought we were frozen.
So you succeed automatically if you succeed. The subject is grapple condition. The condition specifies the things that end it, and you can release the target whenever you like. No action required. It can make it tells you how to get out of a grapple. It tells you about shoving.
You would need to grapple her again if she were to stay grappled.
I think so.
Okay. So instead, he throws Evelyn on the ground and makes his 2 longsword attacks, both of which miss.
Oh, that's good.
So she parries it with her flaming sword.
Awesome.
The dude flying, kind of seeing that things are turning, glares at his 2 companions, glares at you, and says, "This isn't over." And he's going to make 2 attacks against you, and then he's going to bounce. Oh, wait, no, he can't.
Why not?
He can bounce, but he can't make the 2 attacks and bounce.
So as he attacks me, he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Sorry, so do you want him to attack you? Okay, he's attacking you. Wisdom saving throw. 7.
So he fails. He's got to choose a new target. Or lose the attack.
A new target or what?
Or he loses the attack. So if he attacked me with his spear, then if he can't attack somebody else, then he loses it.
Okay, so he's going to turn and cast his fire ray toward Evelyn. Which hits, except Evelyn's going to use her reaction that she didn't use with her new tattoo. Do you see kind of like a flame of bright red off of Evelyn's arm? And she gains, I had it pulled up, she gains resistance. I'm sorry, you gain immunity and you regain a number of hit points equal to half the damage you would have taken. So Evelyn, instead of taking 11 points of fire damage, heals 5. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
She's not really in a spot to take the damage. And so it's going to aim at Tessina with its other fire ray attack. Tessina does an 18 hit.
An 18 will hit Tessina.
Okay, she takes 10 points of fire damage.
Poor Tessina.
I know. Okay, but it is Tessina's turn.
Okay. This dum-dum that's between the two of them, how is he looking?
He doesn't look great. Let me see where he started. He looks rough. The other guy looks terrible. He's just like slowly crawling away.
Okay, so she is going to... Yeah, I think we're going to dagger him again.
Okay.
So 21 to hit for 3 points of piercing damage.
Awesome. That hits.
And then 20 to hit for a whopping 1 point of damage for our offhand.
Every point matters. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Garreth?
Garreth is going to... Yeah, we're going to drop concentration on the heat metal, and we're going to use our bonus action to take a whack at him with our spiritual weapon. This flaming hammer comes swirling out like from the clouds, like Mjolnir.
Cool.
And it's going to whack him for 4
what
points.
did you roll?
Oh, it's an 18 to hit. For 4 points of fire force damage. 18 does not hit. Awesome.
I'm sorry.
So he's going to... Is he in a position where he can reach this creature or no? Like if he...
I think he's low enough because of the tree cover that you could reach him. I know it doesn't like look like that tree cover on the map, but I'm going to say yes, because otherwise it's just... I don't think it's as fun. This guy's like pretty conceited too, so he's flying pretty low.
Cool. So I've got my hammer working, and Garreth is going to come and whack him with his other hammer.
Nice. Okay, roll your attack.
Come on, buddy. 16 to hit.
I'm sorry, his AC is 19. You're really hard to hit too. Does that help? So this guy is going to keep just slinking away. Evelyn, for her turn. Is this okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Evelyn's going to...
There you go.
Swipe at that guy and does awesome. So
Cut
he takes
down.
8 more points of damage.
Unless she nat 20s.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Thank you. Let's see. We did not. But that's okay. Fern. Fern's little fires are just like falling all over the place except on the people that Fern's trying to hit. But Fern looks really cute trying.
When she throws a fireball, what does it look like? Is she like flicking it from her tail, or is it a beam between her two ears?
Yeah, so she kind of... Most of the time you've seen her flick her tail. One, you saw her kind of like flip an ear, but it didn't seem to take. I mean, it did, but that one missed too. There's lots of experimentation going on.
It's the best way to flip a fireball.
Yeah, that's what Fern thinks. Okay, cool. So, Tessina, Sketcho Dude turns on you. Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
Okay, so Tessina takes 8 points of slashing damage.
Oof. Tessina looks terrible.
Oh no. Okay. So Garreth, the dude turns on you, and tries to jab at you with his spear. Are you still under the protection of Sanctuary?
Oh, crap. Hold on, I don't know. Let's see, I guess I put it up here, didn't I? Duration 1 minute. Okay, if the warded creature makes an attack, casts a spell, or deals damage to another creature, this spell ends. So since I made an attack, this spell ended. Dang.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm learning how to do this.
He rolled 2 25s.
That just barely hits.
Okay. If you took 17 points of damage, would you still be up?
Yep.
What if you took another 12?
Nope. Well, I mean, I would, because I'd use my relentless endurance because I'm awesome.
Okay, why don't you roll that for me really fast?
Oh, it's not a roll. I just get back up.
Oh, you just get to use it?
Yeah.
Cool. You pop back up, and Garreth, as you pop back up, the voice in your shield roars in frustration, and use something cool from your shield.
Cool. Wait, me?
Yeah.
I don't have the shield stuff in my sheet. I know you can do firewall and fireball, right?
Let me find the shield again. Okay, Shield of the Hidden Lord.
Hey,
show to players. So it can do fireball, wall of fire.
I think he's gonna do the Aura of Dread.
Aura of Dread.
Yeah.
Okay, so it needs to make a DC 18 Wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. 9.
So he fails, and now
Okay, what's supposed to happen?
the Cambion is terrified of me.
Nice.
Or frightened, and so that means that, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure the frightened condition means that he can't willingly move closer to me, and that he has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls within sight, and can't willingly move closer to the source of the fear, which is the shield. So that's something.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. So that's the shield's turn. I think at this point everybody's like kind of swaying. Garreth, you hear like a And this kind of like shaking begins along the forest floor. And the trees kind of start to groan to life and snatch the veteran person between Tessina and Evelyn. So you see this guy like kind of disappear into a pine. The Cambion's eyes grow big as the ground shakes. He plane shifts away, and you hear a voice to the north saying, "Who goes there?"
Oh.
And that's where we'll stop.
Wow.
We don't have to. We can actually talk to them for a second if you want. But I thought that would be like a really... I at least wanted to declare it because I thought it was like a really exciting moment. It seemed like a wasted opportunity otherwise.
We're just farting up a storm in here. It's your call, DM. What are we doing?
Okay, you hear, "Who goes there?" And this kind of shaky figure with a staff comes hobbling out of the trees to the north and stands before the three of you.
What do they look like?
They look like an elderly woman in a long green cloak with dark green hair, and their cloak seems to be made of like moss, and you see a few twigs, some pine needles.
And how does Tessina react? I think we're taking cues from Tessina.
Tessina goes and looks at you and points at the person. Garreth. She lived here.
Tessina is so helpful. Garreth is going to say, Greetings, grandmother. We were just walking into your forest when we were assailed by these maniacs and a devil person. We come seeking your aid.
And they come seeking the shield, do they not?
Indeed, they do.
Very polite you are. A dangerous mission lies before you, I see. 3 questions I give, 3 answers I seek. Answer me thrice with tools that will serve thee. Delving below and lens hot, dark, and deep. Do you agree?
I look over at Tessina and Evelyn, kind of confused.
Let me rephrase it for you. Worthy are thee, by which we shall see. Entrance will be granted by riddles 3. Do you agree?
Right, yes. That sounds fair.
Garreth, she means that if we answer 3 riddles, we can go in.
Right, yes.
But if we don't, we forgot to ask what happens if we don't know. Riddle the first. An untiring servant it is, carrying loads across muddy earth. But one thing that cannot be forced is a return to the place of its birth. I'll say it again. An untiring servant it is, carrying loads across muddy earth. But one thing that cannot be forced is a return to the place of its birth. What is it?
So, can I consult with my friends?
Yes.
I think it's like a wagon or a cart. Because it's made of wood and it can't go back to where it was born, and it doesn't feel tired because it's a thing. What do you think?
Garreth, why can't it go back to where it came from?
Because it can't go back into a tree.
But could it go back to the place of its birth?
You don't think wagons are born from trees?
I do think wagons are born from trees, usually. It's like if I cut this tree into a wagon, I could still bring the wagon back here. She said that it should be things that will serve us on our journey.
Okay.
Or that we should be on the lookout for. Do you think that we will need a wagon?
I don't know what waits for us in the negative planes.
Well, don't get mad at me.
I
do make up the riddles.
Why? I'm not mad. This is a strange place you live.
It's fun, isn't it?
Evelyn, are you a big fan of riddles?
No. I'll try it out though. Ooh. Could it be related to water?
What, like a river? Untiring, carrying loads, can't return from where it came from. Do you think she knows about the water cycle?
Yes. I can ask her if you want me to, but I bet yes. She's pretty old.
I mean, do you want to go with river?
It's up to you.
Oh my gosh. Grandmother, we skipped over some of the details of the deal. What happens if I'm too stupid to solve these riddles?
We shall see.
Oh goodness. Is the answer to the first riddle a river?
It is.
Oh.
Wary of the river Styx you must be.
Wary of the river Styx. We will be very careful.
Are you ready for the second riddle?
Oh my gosh, I'm so ready for the second riddle.
I shine brightest in the dark. I am there but cannot be seen. To have me cost you nothing. To be without me cost you everything. Again. I shine brightest in the dark. I am there but cannot be seen. To have me cost you nothing. To be without me cost you everything. What am I?
Shine brightest in the dark.
Do you think it's a ghost?
I don't think it's a ghost.
Okay. What shines brightest in the dark? That's free to have, but bad not to have.
Shines brightest in the dark. Free to have, bad not to have. I mean, I think about hope.
That makes sense to me. Do you want to tell her?
Is the second one hope?
It is!
Oh, good.
Very good. Riddle number 3!
Oh, we're just moving right along.
What is not alive but grows, does not breathe but needs air? I ask again. What is not alive but grows, does not breathe but needs air? What is it?
What is not alive but grows? What does not breathe but needs air? What is not alive but grows? What does not breathe but needs air?
Maybe like a rock?
Why would a rock need air?
So it can exist outside.
Are riddles a big part of living in the Witchwood, Tessina?
No. Well, not in my coven, but I think that they are probably here.
Will you tell me the riddle again? Grandmother, please.
What is not alive but grows, does not breathe but needs air. Would you like a second clue?
I didn't know that was an option.
It will cost you.
Oh no.
There will be a small price to pay.
Oh, what is the price of a new clue?
I will see.
Yeah, I think I need another clue.
Feed me and I will live. Give me a drink and I will die. Again. Feed me and I will live. Give me a drink and I will die. They are one and the same. Number 3 and 3's clue.
Oh, good. Well, give me a drink and I will die. Wait, say it again. Will you say the whole thing again?
Poison. What is not alive but grows, breathes. No, what is not alive but grows, does not breathe but needs air. Feed me and I will live. Give me a drink and I will die.
Oh. It's fire.
Yes. Very good.
Oh.
Woohoo! He claps. Come along then. Would you like one more for fun?
If we solve this extra riddle, can we get a cool prize?
Yes.
Then yes.
Would you like a prize?
Almost
Okay.
always yes. What about a small emerald that would help this little fox figurine?
Otherwise, do I get the fox figurine?
Nope, that wasn't the deal. We already passed the first test. This is a bonus round. Fun time.
What about the cost of my hint?
What is the cost of your hint?
Now it might be that fox necklace.
It's not part of the deal.
I'll come up with something else.
Okay.
Okay, fine. This fire is smothered best not by water or sand, but by words. Again, I tell it to you. This fire is smothered best not by water or sand, but by words. Does it still relate to our trip through the negative planes? Yes.
Oh, that's helpful.
Anyway.
This fire.
Akin to the second clue it is. No, the second riddle, not the second clue. Akin to the second riddle it is.
It's the fire that's throwing me.
Use the word to help you.
Use the word fire to help?
Yes.
How often do you get visitors
Garreth,
to these woods?
It depends on the time of year, whether or not we are here. We are the way of the words. You must work to come to see us. I lead the way while you think. She kind of putters along. Garreth, the second answer was hope.
Yes.
So it would be something like that, right?
Right. But I don't know if like the fire of. I can't think of like a. When I think about hope, I'm like starting with the answer, right? And so like hope makes me think of things like hope or fear or bravery or courage or ambition. But like I don't know that those really relate to fire. Desire rhymes with fire.
That's probably it. Probably she wanted it to rhyme. She keeps rhyming.
Yes, but none of the answers have rhymed so far, so I don't know. What do you think, Evelyn? You're really good at these.
I have no idea. I would like that little emerald.
I would too.
But that's not really the same thing.
Fire.
Do you give up?
Are we there yet?
No.
I'll give up when we get there.
Okay. He keeps puttering along.
I was thinking about conversation, but that doesn't really make sense. It's quenched by words.
This fire is smothered best, not by water or sand, but by words.
I mean, silence would be smothered by words. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Is it silence? Or do we need
clearing appears.
Can I buy a
ahead
vowel?
of you. No. They are all part of the word. Do you give up?
What does the word start? What does the answer start with?
No.
You stumped me on this one.
I get the fox.
No.
And you don't get the answer.
I'll just have to live without. I'm fine with some question marks in my experience. I think it's healthy. I'm gonna figure it out, and when I figure it out, I'll come back and tell you.
Okay. But it will not count. This way. She walks through 2 tall trees and disappears.
Oh.
And so I think Tessina kind of grabs both of your hands and like pulls you both through, and you've made it to the Arcanum in the Witchwood.
Cool.
Yay! Which we will learn more about next week.
Nice, I love it. Thanks for letting us press on. I wanted to figure out what's going on with this lady, and I thought the riddles were funny.
Good. I'm so glad.
What... Are you not going to tell me the answer for real for the last one?
Do you want a chance to figure it out?
Oh, I'm going to try to figure it out.
Okay, then no, I'm not going to tell you.
I think that our patrons and YouTube subscribers and Twitch friends should at me with their answers.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Speaking of, do you want to tell them how amazing they are?
Yes. Thank you, patrons, for sponsoring our stream. We are having so much fun with Tales of Eldura, and we hope that you all are enjoying it as well. And we will see you all next week. So if in between now and then, we would love for you to hit subscribe or like or follow or whatever it is nearby down here somewhere for you to do. Thank you. And thank you especially to our patrons. Oh, if you want to learn more about us and our website, you can look at dndduet.com, and you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Grove Guardian Press.
Perfect. Thank you all so much. It's so much fun to play and to do this with friends, and you are wonderful. And we'll see you next Friday at 7 p.m.